You can hear me? It had a
Yes.
weird it had a weird screen, like, where it says, like, to okay it or whatever. It was off my phone. I'm blaming that on you.
What do you mean it was off your phone?
I don't know, meaning, like, it wasn't on the screen, it was only, like, the corner of it.
Okay, what
But
did it ask?
no, it was the same thing that you always have, like, the thing where it says, like, leave meeting or okay the meeting, whatever it was, but the thing that's, like, in the center, it was off to the side, so I only saw, like, the corner of it.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. But what it
Well,
comes down to is you're on. Look at you.
we're here.
You're not.
We're here. I got my hat on
Thank
because
God you have the hat on. I was having nightmares of that baby afterbirth helmet you had going on last time. Oh my God, it looked like,
dude,
I
I
don't know
was
what,
like
I don't know.
my face was so red because I was so pissed off.
Yeah. Oh, you were angry.
Man.
You can't sweat the small stuff, dude. If you get that angry over that, dude, you got to calm down
I
in
mean,
your
I
life.
wasn't like really. I was acting up a
You
little
said
bit.
you said you were going to smash everything in the building.
Yes. Yes. Well, that I did want to do for a minute there. You know, it pisses me off. Don't you know what? Don't even get me started.
Don't get you started. I would hate to get you started. Yeah.
It really pisses me off. Like I have all
I
this
can
stuff,
tell.
and you know, listen, it wasn't
I'm
my
listening.
fault. It's the Wi-Fi upstairs. So
What's that strange clear liquid you're drinking out of the bottle?
water.
Water? What are
Water.
you gonna do? Some push-ups too? I mean,
Thirsty.
they're okay. I thought water. Usually it's like a Nest tea or some type of fruit punch or
Oh,
something.
I got Gatorade too.
Okay, there you go.
Got a little bit of everything here. Yeah, I'm working all day here, you know.
Yeah.
So
Working all day.
I get thirsty. Oh yeah, I'm working all day. What did you do today? Huh?
I worked all day, but I don't have to tell anybody. People just know that I was working all day. You know?
I'm not complaining about it. I'm very, you know.
I know. I'm just busting your balls.
Grateful for my position here.
What's
So
that, doggy style?
as I was trying, yeah. Yes, definitely. I don't like missionary. Missionary is boring. It really is.
Oh my God.
Oh man. So what I was trying to say last time is that this is my new spot.
Right.
So I got heat. I got air conditioning.
You got Wi-Fi now. Today.
Well,
Wi-Fi.
listen, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to jinx it because it's been fine, but you know how it'll go. We'll be in the middle of this and it'll cut off.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fine. We're getting a new router upstairs, so we should be good to go.
All right.
And I had my vape last time. I was ready, you know, because
that thing.
I can't smoke in here. There's a, you know.
Oh, you can't smoke in there.
I can't smoke in here. There's the business upstairs, and
yeah,
you know, it's a low ceiling. It'll go right through, and it'll fucking smell. So I got this thing.
Is it menthol? Is that type a menthol? What is it?
It's
oatmeal cookies.
It's watermelon raspberry.
Watermelon raspberry.
Watermelon raspberry, which
sounds like you're going to a picnic.
It's actually illegal. It's illegal in the state of New York.
Of course it is.
To have flavored vapes with nicotine.
Yeah, because little kids like you get addicted to it, and then in 3 weeks your lungs fill up with that pie filling, and then you die.
I don't get the kids. Yeah, okay, a kid can get hooked on anything, right? They have strawberry they have strawberry beer, strawberry margarita, Bud Light. Ban that too. If you let's ban everything. Ban fucking sour cream and onion potato chips.
Ban everything.
Ban everything. Oh. What? I'm an adult. I can smoke whatever the fuck I want.
Well, they're trying to keep it out of the hands of kids, but
listen, anything can get into the hands of kids. Anything. And you can still buy the fucking things. You just got to ask the guy to go get them out of the back room.
Oh, okay.
You know,
so they're illegal. They're only illegal until you ask for it, and then if you ask for it, the guy gets it.
Yeah, you got to know them though. You know what I mean? You got to know. He had to have seen your face a couple times in there. You know.
Yeah.
If you're a new guy showing up there, they're instantly
they probably see your face all the time.
All the time.
They know you're not a narc. You know.
All the
dude
time.
Like you limping in there looking like a half a homeless guy. They're probably like, here, this guy, just give him his strawberry whatever, watermelon, and get them out of here.
Yeah, we both
His,
kind of got the homeless look going on.
no, you kidding me? I'm just a well-groomed, handsome young man.
I mean, we look clean. You look clean. Like, I'm not saying you look like you're from the alley or anything, but
I could look homeless in about 3 minutes if I had to. Just go in the garage and put on a jacket and then walk down the street. I look homeless.
Do you do that? Do you like sit in the corner with the signs?
No, not yet.
No?
Not yet. I like being indoors. I like staying inside.
Yeah.
I don't stroll around outside much when I don't have to.
There's this one guy over here, like off one of the off ramps to the expressway here, and he's in the same spot every time you get off the exit, and he just sits there and he like cleans the spot, like the square that he's sitting in.
That's just part of the earth.
Yeah, and his sign is keeping this area clean. Could you please, donate, whatever. But like, dude, you look fucking 3 feet that way, and it's like fucking 300 bottles, and I'm pretty sure he just takes the stuff and throws it. Out of his fucking.
He's on
square.
A little island there. He's got his clean island.
So they get creative. They get pretty creative with begging. I mean, listen, you can go get a job, right? Like, I mean, some people can't because maybe they're mentally ill or something, but then there's facilities for that too.
What it comes down to is if I can work, pretty much almost anybody can. I'm mentally and physically unable, and I've been doing it for years. So I'm the poster child for you can make it if you can.
So you work Monday through Friday, right?
I do.
And what's your time? What times?
Now it's 8 to 2. It's like only 6 hours a day.
That's tits, man. That's awesome.
It is. I mean, now if I had to like support people and I wanted to buy stuff, I couldn't do it. But luckily, my wife's spectacular, and she she's one of those workaholics. She works all the time. She provides for the family. I'm just the head cook and bottle washer.
Yeah.
And we're a spectacular team.
You know what? That's great, man. Same here. Like my wife works and she makes good money because I sure as fuck don't. And same thing. Like I take care of the house and do everything in my part that I can do.
Yeah.
To make up for the fact that I'm broke. That I'm po.
Oh my God.
Yep.
There it is.
See, this thing. Well, this thing.
Does she give you an allowance? Does she give you an allowance for your nicotine and your iced tea and all that stuff?
Of course. Yeah, of course.
Here, Michael. Here's $14. You can go get your, you can get your crack pipe filled back up, and you can get a Nest tea.
Yes, she does, and it's fantastic. And you know what? Like, I do make money eventually. Like when I get busier, I just reopened up, so I got to like build it back up again, and then, then I have a little more like freedom, a little more wiggle room.
Yeah.
I can buy 2 cartons instead of 1.
Wow, that's living.
Absolutely. See, what's bad about these things? I actually quit smoking cigarettes for a while.
Everything.
These are worse. Like, I'll just sit here and smoke this fucking thing. I'll just because I don't have to put on my shoes, put on my jacket, go outside. I'm just sitting here on the couch watching TV. Yeah. I'm sitting here with you, talking to you, and I can just go fucking nonstop. So it's actually worse. It's actually more smoke and more damage done, I think.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I do have to quit. I have to quit one day, or it's just gonna, it's not gonna be good. But
yeah,
as of right now, 41.
I got nothing but road ahead, man.
That's
Clear
right.
Road.
That's right, man. I'll think about it in my 50s. Yeah.
Right. There you go. Yeah. There you go.
Shit.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, it's fine. You know what it is? I mean, listen, I don't want to live like long. Like, I mean, I do, but I don't want to live to like 90. I don't want to be
mean,
like
why
the,
would
the
you?
year the 80 to 90 decade is just like
Yeah.
diapers, and I don't want that
No,
shit. I
no.
don't want that.
I worked with a dude. I worked with a guy that was 86 years old, did the same job I do right now. He probably did it better. He's in better shape than me. And he was 86 and walking around and
Yeah,
just doing stuff. He was cutting his grass, going to the store. So it all depends on how fit you are, you know.
true.
Me myself, I'm not that fit, but
Right.
if you're you know, if you can still walk and pick shit up and don't poop yourself, you can be 90 years old and still live a pretty good life, you know.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah,
So it
people
all,
live
yeah,
longer now than they ever have, you
right,
know.
yeah. You can't just pack it in because you're 80. You know what I mean? There's 80-year-olds that are out running marathons. So,
It's
but
true.
you get some Long Island hooligan like yourself stuck on a vape pen. You might make it to 60.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
60
Yeah.
would be good for you, man. They'd be like, wow, man, he made it all the way to 60.
No, come on. 70s at least. At
If you're
least.
lucky. If you're lucky.
See what I mean? This is dangerous,
Look
man.
at this thing. Look at this. I keep waiting to hear you play something on your kazoo. I'm like waiting to hear like
We're gonna keep this a tight hour. We're gonna
a
try.
tight hour. Okay.
Every time we do one of these, it turns out to be like almost 2 hours.
Wasn't that adult film you were in the 80s? A tight hour? Or oh, that was your brother. I'm sorry. Never mind. I always get you and Joe confused. It was
Yeah,
Joe that was in a tight hour.
a tight hour. Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
good one. It was a good one.
Mr. Softy in a tight hour. I had it on VHS. It was good. It's pretty awesome.
Oh
I turned it
shit.
off when the donkey came in. I couldn't watch that part.
Yeah, no, that's too much.
It
It's
was
too much.
crazy. Swinging that thing around.
People are just into some weird shit, man. They really are.
Did you ever
Donkeys.
know? Like, do you ever like when you see like there's like everybody that you come in contact with, like you just like go to the store and say there's like 10 people there. Out of those 10 people, somebody there, like, you know, probably murdered somebody or, you know, did something horrendous. You know what I mean? Like, you
Yeah,
don't know how messed up people are, you know? Like, I would say the majority of the people are like normal, but like there's that one
there's
guy
one.
or girl, like somewhere right not too far from here, a female, a daughter, like probably like 40 years old or so, killed both her parents and then chainsawed them up. Like got a chainsaw and hacked them up, and then was like trying to put them in like bags and stuff, like in a place called Jenkintown, like not too far from where I live.
Wow.
Like now she was like walking the earth, like she was like taking her kids to school
Yeah.
or
You
walking
could
the
have been
dog or
you
going
could
to
have been at the
Dunkin'
same
Donuts and
mall.
getting a coffee. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she got a chainsaw and cut her parents up. So yeah. How
Yeah,
do we get on this subject?
that's insane. Well, because I was saying that people are into some crazy shit, you
Oh
know,
yeah, they're into crazy shit.
and
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, of course, most straight guys like porn, but like
No.
some of it's just gross,
Yeah.
and it's not gross to some people. It's what they
Yeah.
like, but like legit, it's gross.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
know. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
You know, you should get
I had
that
a
checked
friend.
out.
I had a friend years ago that had a pantyhose fetish. I thought was pretty funny.
Pantyhose. Well, that's not
He
bad.
loved.
That's not
No, no,
bad.
it's not bad, but it's just funny. Like he like
Yeah.
if like there was like a girl and she had pantyhose on, he would be all excited. And I'm like, well, why? What's pantyhose? Like he loved it. So
Yeah. Yeah. But like I said, that's not like gross. You know what I mean? Like
no,
animals and fucking shit and like what the fuck is wrong with
yeah,
you? You know?
yeah,
Look at me being all judgy.
yeah. As you're vaping, putting that stick in your mouth and blowing it.
Shit. Yeah. So we're gonna get to the this is the Hall of Fame edition.
Yeah, the
So
Hall of
it's
Fame edition.
supposed to happen last week, but as everyone saw, there was
The
some
Wi-Fi
issues,
died.
some technical difficulties going on. So
Yeah.
we're gonna pick up where we left off
Yes.
and get into that. Now, when was the Hall of Fame? BMX Hall of Fame.
I don't know the exact date. It was
Well,
like
yeah, like the
two
month.
months ago.
Okay.
Yeah, like 2 months ago.
It's
Yeah.
like November.
No.
October? I think it was October.
No,
I don't know.
it was. It was. You know what it was? It was the last week October. It was
Okay.
the weekend of Halloween.
Okay.
Yeah, because Gary Laurent had to get home for his Halloween party. The famous BMXer Gary Laurent had to get home for a Halloween party. So
Okay.
we spent Halloween at Matt Hoffman's house, which was pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
or during the day, I think it was.
We're definitely gonna get into that actually.
Yeah.
But let's start at the beginning. So, where was it? Where is it? I don't even know.
The BMX Hall of Fame is now, it's the BMX Museum and Hall of Fame and training facility for its USA BMX. So if you it's in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And if you were a kid, you're 15 years old and you were really good at racing, and you were like, I want to go to the Olympics, you would move there. And I think there's a girl from my area. My friend Jay knows this girl who's probably like 18 now, me or maybe a little older, I don't know. But she moved there to train. So it's a
Wow.
train. It's an Olympic training facility. Um, and the on a side note, the one thing I was so mad about once we left there, I didn't realize until about a week later, is the movie The Outsiders, which I've watched a million times. The actual house that the Curtis brothers lived in, where they shot the film, is 7 blocks from the Hall of Fame.
Whoa.
So we could have walked there and saw the house, and the house is exactly the same as it was when it was in the movie.
That's
So
fucking cool.
yeah, so next time I go out there, I'm sure I'll be out there again. I'm gonna go visit that house. It's a little museum.
I was actually going to ask you, how is Tulsa, Oklahoma? Because it's not like something you hear about often.
Yeah, it's the first time I was there. Like, we were, of course, like, we are in in the city of Tulsa, of course, and um, we the first when we first got there, we had to go to Walmart to go get some supplies, and there were pot shops or whatever dispensaries
Yeah.
at every block.
Yeah.
And so it was just like, it was just like any other city. Like, there was some like real sketchy parts, and then where we were, it was like a really like nice hotel, and where the Hall of Fame is, it's like a little like industrial type of thing right near a highway, but it's like right in the middle of the town, so it's or city. So Tulsa was good. We It was easy to get around, and they have bikes and scooters that you can just hop on and go somewhere. Not that we did it, but
Right.
if we wanted to go see the Outsiders house, we could just get on an electric scooter and be there in 7 blocks, and just book
That's
right
awesome.
there. And yeah,
That's awesome. There's
yeah.
there's a show called the Tulsa King. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, with Rocky Balboa as the
Yeah.
main guy.
It was actually really good, man.
Yeah,
It was actually really good. You should check it out. I think you would like it.
I don't got time for that. I have a very short attention span.
I think. Well, I mean, half an hour episodes. It's like 10 episodes.
Yeah, if it doesn't have female nudity, a car chase, or a come from behind victory within the first 3 minutes, I can't watch it. That's all I watch.
I mean, it's action kind of a little bit, but like it's not. There's no nudity or anything like that. So sorry.
Yeah, I'm out.
But, I mean, I feel you, but there's other things. It's a good show, man. It's good.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. So take me into the Hall of Fame, BMX Hall of Fame.
So when we got there, we showed up, and there was a bunch of people there. Like, it wasn't open yet, but there are like people. There's a guy, I think his name, a nice fella. I think he sort of runs the place with Gork, a guy named Shannon Gillette, I think, and he kind of like met us out front. And the guy, Steve Van Doren, was there. He's the guy that owns or used to own Vans, but now he's like their ambassador. That's where I got this hat.
That sounded familiar.
And so he was there because he was getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. Steve Van Doren and a bunch of other people were getting inducted. So when we got there, his bus was there. He gave everybody like we all got like the bag of swag. We got like hats and wallet. I got a Velcro wallet that I hadn't had since I was a kid. A Vans Velcro wallet. We got hats, t-shirts, and just some other stuff. But you go there, there's the huge facility, like the BMX tracks, like enormous. And then you go inside, and then there's the museum where they just have like all the like helmets and uniforms and bikes. They have a whole bunch of bikes, and you walk around. And the first day you go, or the Friday when you were there, you'd go there, and it's just kind of like a meet and greet. You just sit down. They have like open bar and food, and you just sit there and hang out and just talk. Just talk BMX bikes for the night.
Right.
And it's totally fun. Like they have it set up. It's so awesome. Like it's not the biggest place in the world. Like it's not like huge, but they have a lot of stuff in there, and it's prepared or put out real nice. So it all looks good. And and I'm sure it'll expand. I mean, the thing just opened. This was probably like one of their first like events. This is the first year they had it there.
Okay.
It used to be it was somewhere out in California, and then I think Tulsa had a thing where I'm thinking they gave them money, like they gave them a grant or whatever it's called. You give them to build the facility there. Um, so now it's there in Tulsa.
Yeah, that's really cool. Now you weren't well, were you? Were you inducted into the BMX Hall of Fame,
No, no,
or your
no,
helmet just
no. The helmet. I had a helmet that I used to that you've seen. I showed it to you like probably the first time I
I'm
talked to you on here. I had my helmet, and then luckily there was a guy named Bill Batchelor that put out a book, this really cool book called Concrete and Smog, and he had all these photos from back in the day, and one of them was from a contest that Kevin Jones was in,
right.
and Kevin Jones was wearing my eyeball helmet.
Okay.
So when they did the thing to induct Kevin Jones, like each rider had, like all these photos, and they took one of Bill Batchelor's photos, and it was Kevin wearing the eyeball helmet. So when I got there, it is. So when I got there, I said, "Hey, here's the eyeball helmet," and they got it and they put it in the case there. Now the thing that's crazy in that case right there up top, like closest to Eddie Fiola's head, that's Jamie Bestwick's helmet. Next to that is Ron Wilkerson's, then TJ Lavin's, then where Eddie's chin is, that's Mat Hoffman's, then Eddie's helmet that he wore in Rad, and then
Nice.
the shit bucket is my helmet, is is my eyeball helmet, and then you got Dave Volkers next to it. So it's like the helmets that are in there are like the full on like royalty of BMX, and then they got mine in there. So
Right.
in a way, in a way, it was kind of funny because like in the whole like my whole life in the sport of freestyle, I was like just the dude that kind of showed up and then got like a little notoriety because my friends like ran the magazines and put me in. And it kind of went like full circle now. So now it's like there's the BMX museum / Hall of Fame, and my helmet's sitting right in the middle of it. So I guess they'll put it on like a little pedestal, and put it up there. And
Yeah.
they'll probably have it as Kevin Jones's helmet, which would make it better, would make it more legit for being in there. But people that know the sport from when we were kids, they recognize it as my helmet,
Right.
and they know that like Kevin definitely wore it, and so just the fact that it's in there is just fun. There's like maybe 7 people that might recognize it, and that's good enough for me.
Right. That's awesome, man. That's really
Yeah,
cool. It's got to feel good. I mean,
yeah. Oh,
it's
it
such
was
like a
fun.
little thing, but it's not. It's part of
Yeah,
BMX history. It's cool.
yeah.
You know. So now that night you went to Mat Hoffman's.
Well, there was a ceremony, like there was a ceremony on Saturday. It's like just a huge. It's like the biggest wedding you ever went to. It's just a huge room with like a million tables, and like the 5 or 6 people that get inducted, they go up and they just get up there and talk and say, "Hey, I like want to thank Slippy and Bob and my mom and dad and the first guy that ever gave me a bike and my grandmother and blah blah blah." And they get up and tell like some stories and stuff, and so there's that, and like they play like a little video, and then they you get inducted into the Hall of Fame, and so we knew 2 people really well. TJ Lavin and Kevin Jones were 2 of our friends that got in, or that were there and they had to do like a little speech and stuff. And TJ's was great. TJ got up TJ Lavin flew from Africa. I
Wow.
think he was in Africa. Yeah. So he flew like 30 some hours, was there for 12, then had to fly back because he does
Wow.
that show called The Challenge.
Yes.
And so but he made it, and it was good.
Yeah.
And then on Monday, when everybody else went home, we went to Matt Hoffman's. We planned on going to Matt's because like when we went there, we made a part of our trip. We're like, hey, like it was only an hour from there. So we contacted Matt, and we we weren't really sure. Like we had Gary Pollock had sent him some text messages saying like, hey, we want to go and hang out. And he was like, oh yeah, absolutely, come on over. But he'd been in a really bad car accident and had
Yeah.
had a brain injury. So we weren't sure what we were going to get when we got there. But then before we got there, we talked to a couple people, and our friend Dennis McCoy was actually with him. He was going there the morning before we went there, and he said like Matt was doing fine and everything was good. And so it was funny that we noticed when we went and hung out with Matt that this was the most talkative and clear he's ever been. Like his personality actually is different now, but not in a bad way. And he just seemed a lot more talkative. And now maybe it could have been because he was at home. He felt real comfortable at home,
Sure.
and but he's not able to do anything physical. He can't ride his bike. He can't base jump. He can't skydive. All the stuff he loves to do, he can't do until he's cleared. And we're not sure exactly how long it would take. So he's really in a bad place with that, where you have a guy that all he wants to do is put
Jump off a
himself in
cliff.
danger. He wants to
Yeah.
jump off shit. And that's what gets him. That's his high in life, is doing this crazy shit.
Yeah.
And he can't do it now. And it was funny. We had a really funny conversation. It was the only time we were there where Matt was kind of got like a little like ramped up while he was talking, and it was about me telling him that I would never jump out of an airplane. I'm like, I would never ever jump out of an airplane. He's like, he's like, what do you mean you wouldn't jump out? I'm like, dude, I would never put a parachute on and jump out of a plane.
No fucking way.
It's nothing that I would ever need to do to satisfy myself. Like, and he's like, so then he's like, so wait a minute. He's like, once I can get back in the air and jump, he goes, let's do a tandem. And I'm like, not a chance. And he's like, wait, you wouldn't jump tandem with me? I'm like, dude, I wouldn't do anything with you. Like, I'll sit here and smoke a cigar on your deck, but that's about the most I'm doing with Mat Hoffman, because he and I are complete opposites. And he was like, but wait a minute. So if I set it all up and we went and blah, blah, you wouldn't jump? And I'm like, no. I'm like, dude, there'd be people lining up to jump out of a plane with Mat Hoffman. Yeah. Not me.
Nope.
And so we got in this big conversation. We were laughing our asses off because he couldn't figure out. He's like, why wouldn't you want to do it? I'm like, cause he's like, what? You're just scared? I'm like, yeah, I'm scared, but I just don't want to. Like, I don't need.
You have no desire to.
No desire to do it.
No desire whatsoever. Yeah, I'm the same way, man. Like no thanks.
Yeah, I mean, not even if I was 22 years old and completely fit and young and ready to go, I wouldn't jump out of a plane.
No, it's just not. It's not part of your personality. No. There's certain people that are like that. Like, I'm not like an adventurer or anything like that. Like zip lining and stuff. And like, why? Yeah, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I don't care. Yeah. I like the ground's awesome.
Yeah,
and that's where I'm gonna stay. Like, I'm not afraid of heights. I can stand on top of like tall shit and look down. You know, but like, I like to be on a platform at all times.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt doesn't. Matt likes to jump.
Yeah.
And then have something break his fall right before he hits the ground. That's what he likes to do. And,
it's insane. That's really insane.
I'm not doing that at all.
I mean, it's admirable. It's crazy. Yeah. But it takes a special kind of person to want to be like Matt. I think Matt would be happy just like consistently being like flying through the air.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm surprised he doesn't
And
have a cannon, that he just has a cannon that he
yeah.
jumps in, just to be shot from a cannon to just land into a
To go to
net just for
breakfast.
something to do. Yeah. Hey, let's go jump in the cannon and get shot.
Yeah. No, you know what? I'm so honored that I had him on the show. Like I got to interview him because
Yeah, yeah.
it's pretty rare that he does interviews. And if anyone doesn't know that exists, if anyone's listening to this, it does. Go back, go to my YouTube page and check it out. It was great, man. He was awesome.
Yeah.
So he definitely seems like a fun guy to hang around. So I got some more pics that you sent me. So I'm going to share the screen again. You saw the screen last time, right? You saw the pictures?
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't know what the fuck this thing's doing. It's working, so I'm not complaining, but all right. Share. Okay. Like I don't see you anymore, so which is weird, but
yeah.
oh well, let me bring up this first picture.
Yeah, that's where Matt and I got married.
Now this was during that week?
Well, yeah, that's so what it was is we went there. There's probably about 12 of us that showed up at his house, which is pretty overwhelming. There's 12 of us that showed up,
Mm-hmm.
and then we got a big group picture, and then a bunch of people had to leave, so it was only about like 6 or 7 of us that stayed. And then, but right after our group picture, Matt he's got a huge property, and there's all these like little wildflowers all over the place. So I picked them as a joke, and I just wanted to hold them while we were in our group picture, just so like, you always look at a group picture, and then like I just wanted to be the funny guy holding like, hey, why is Ray holding flowers? So then I was like, hey Matt, let's just get a picture taken. So I wanted to just stand next to him and get my picture taken, and he got down, like nobody said anything to him or me, and he just did it. He just grabbed my hand and got down on one knee. So then I like put my hand in front of my face, and so like we got that picture, and like I put it up on Instagram, and people were like cracking up. But as soon as I got that picture, I sent it right to Spike Jones. I went, meanwhile in Oklahoma. Yeah. And then he wrote back something like, oh, congratulations, you and Matt are going to be so happy. But so that was pretty funny. But yeah, that's definitely a funny photo. You know what I mean? Like it was just spur of the moment, and it was all Matt. Like Matt's a silly dude. Like Matt has so much little kid humor in him. It's crazy. Yeah. And it's fun at something like that where it just comes out. You know what I mean? He just wanted to be silly.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, no, this is like an iconic picture, man. This is so funny. I can definitely see it like framed, or I can see it like as a cover of a magazine, BMX magazine or something, Yeah. Like Big Brother. Remember Big Brother magazine?
Yeah,
I know that was skateboarding, but
yeah.
Did they ever have like something like that for BMX? Like
no, the closest they had was Homeboy magazine, where they had it it was like a big mag, like it had like BMX, skateboarding and music and art. And they only made like 6 issues of it. Right. And then but that's the Big Brother was more just like, here's a gun, go blow your brains out and kick your mom in the nuts. Like that kind of shit.
Yeah, those videos were crazy. Like pre-Jackass, those videos were just nuts, That's actually where so the first episode of Jackass, when Johnny Knoxville shoots himself with a gun, that is from Big Brother. That was originally from like one of those video magazines. And that was pretty much on par with the rest of those things. It was just fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Just totally nuts. So you sent me some pictures here of Matt's garage, I believe.
Yeah, that's a thing. So like old school BMX dudes, if they went to Matt's house and his garage, they would not be able to handle it. Like he's got like his original like Hutch Trick Star and his Skyway TA just sitting in like when we pulled up, he wasn't even home, and the garage was just wide open. And if you look behind that, like in the back, there's a motorcycle that Evel Knievel gave him.
No shit.
So he's got an Evel Knievel like Harley. He's got his BMX bikes, and then he's got some other like Hoffman Evil Knievel bikes. He's got all his helmets, all his trophies, all the apparatuses he had to wear to keep his arm from falling off. It's a Mat Hoffman museum, and it's all just sitting there, and like someday it's just going to get taken to the curb probably. You know what I mean? Like in 10, 15 years, like they're going to like move out of that house, and Matt's going to go, what am I going to do with all this shit? So like I
Him?
was thinking like, I was like, I got to come back down here someday with like about 50 grand, a flatbed for the motorcycle, and just be like, Matt, here's some cash.
Yeah,
I'm going to take this stuff, you know, like, I
yeah,
mean, like the old school dudes would pay 10 grand a piece for those, for his bikes. There's his
yeah,
motorcycle.
yeah.
And that motorcycle, just like Matt won't ride it. He's like, I'll get killed on this thing. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
now he's so cautious, like he doesn't even like driving in cars because he's gotten that bad accident. But so that bike, I mean, there's gotta be somebody out there that would want that bike, and it just sits there, you know?
I mean, I don't know about the
So
motorcycle, but the rest of it can be donated to the BMX Hall of Fame.
it
Right?
could be. Yeah, I think, but um, you know, who knows? Who
Yeah,
knows what? I mean, like there is like Matt's like helmets and stuff there. So,
yeah.
but
Oh yeah, I got let me bring this up here. Here we go.
yeah, that's a
What's the story
helmet
behind this?
that helmet just sits there, and birds, like he leaves his garage wide open. I shouldn't even be telling you should I shouldn't even say this. So because then now people are going to go to his house and rob him. Matt has a security he has a security system and dudes with guns on his property. So yeah, don't go there and try and steal anything.
That's
But
right.
anyway, a bird came in and built a nest in the helmet, and so
Right.
Matt's like, "Oh, this is awesome." So he just left it there.
Yeah.
That might be the helmet he was wearing when he did that no-handed 900. You have to look for magazines,
Right.
but yeah. So just like just stuff like that, like his helmet sitting there, and there's a bird's nest in it. There's BMX collectors that would pay money for that kind of stuff,
Oh,
and
absolutely, dude.
here it's just sitting in his garage getting a bird's nest that's now a home for birds.
Right. Especially if this was used in like a big trick or something, like this would definitely be worth a lot of
Yeah,
money. Yeah.
yeah,
That's hilarious, man. That's so fucking cool.
yeah.
And then we got some trophies here.
He's got a whole wall of his AFA trophies, like because every contest he entered, he won. You
Right.
know, so for 5 years, every contest he went to, he came back with one, possibly two trophies.
Right.
So all his trophies are in there. A bunch of bikes, bunch of just tons of shit, man.
Yeah. Is that a basketball trophy on the right there?
It could be. He played basketball as a little kid.
No, no shit. So
Yeah,
he's just been winning trophies since birth, pretty much.
yeah, yeah. Matt is a champion. He is
He
a
is.
champion
He
at
is a
anything.
champion.
Yep, he is a
Yes.
champion.
All right, let me come back here. Yes, he is, man. And yeah, like I said, awesome guy. It was so cool hanging out with. I mean, it's funny when I was little, you know, when Joe would come home from tours, sometimes all the guys they'd be together. So Matt would be at my
Yeah,
house, like hanging out.
yeah,
And I was a little kid. I didn't fucking know, you know. I didn't know
yeah.
and BMX at that time wasn't like what it is now, where
Right.
it's like highly regarded. It was something a bunch of guys were doing, you know. I mean,
Yeah,
Matt was like, the cool kid, obviously. He was like the big dog,
yeah.
but like, yeah, here I am in my house hanging out. My parents in the other room, and Matt Hoffman's just hanging out in my room. He was like, playing with my Superman action figures. I remember,
Yeah.
my mother told me that. So yeah, I've always known him, and it's just a fucking awesome guy. So what else? What else happened? Anything notable
Well,
happened at the on the
yeah.
trip?
Well, there's one funny story. We were talking to Dennis McCoy, so he was there, and we were talking about just like whatever, and I was like, hey, Warren and I went to see Joe Gruttola a couple months ago, and we were talking about this and this, and he was saying he was showing us where he learned how to do that backwards bar ride, and it was in this little tiny driveway. And Dennis goes, yeah. He goes, me and Rick, we like made plans to go with Joe because Joe is like a good flatlander. So we're like, yeah, man, we're gonna go to your hood. We're gonna go ride all the spots that you ride. So we got to his house, unloaded our bikes, and we're like, all right, let's go ride. And he just took us to his he's like, well, right here's where I ride. And he's like, dude, it's like this 10-foot driveway. What are you talking about? He's like, yeah,
Yeah.
this is where I ride.
Yep.
And then he's like, no, man, like, where do you go ride? He's like, this is where I ride. I ride right here.
That's it.
And they were like, no. So he was like laughing that like Joe learned all his tricks right in the driveway.
Yep.
Like that's
Yep.
you know, that's how a lot of East Coast kids did, you know, they would just shovel the driveway in the winter, ride, and they just got used to riding there, you know.
Yeah, no, you were in that driveway.
I was in that driveway, yeah.
Yeah.
And Joe was like, I learned the backwards bar ride right here. This is where I did it.
Yep.
So that's why I brought it up to Dennis.
You know what? It's funny. I have some pictures. I'm going to share the screen.
Yeah, let's see this.
Okay. Well, here's a classic picture right here. Let's bring this one up first.
Oh, I've seen that one. I've seen that. That was in magazines. That one.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
That seat post he has right there, somebody would pay $700 for it.
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely, dude. I wish he still had all that shit. I wish he still had. He had so many frames and fucking wheat tires, seats, handlebars, fucking grips, everything, dude.
Yeah.
But I wish I still had this thing, man. Look at this. So here's little Mikey.
Look at that.
That was a
training wheels.
Custom made. Yep, training wheels. Dude, my brother has the fucking videos of me competing. And he can't he can't fucking like we put them on DVD years ago and he can't find them. And I've been hounding him about it. Like, dude, you got to get these videos. Like, we would do a whole podcast on it. It's so ridiculous, dude. It's so stupid. Like,
I should have had training wheels when I rode. I was so bad. I should have had training wheels, and I probably would have been able to do.
Yeah, dude, I killed it.
More stuff.
I killed it with the training wheels.
Totally. You got a chain guard.
Yep.
Pad set, full face.
Yeah. This was a custom bike, man. You know how much they paid so much money for this fucking bike? It would be worth so much today, man. So much. It's crazy. And here we go. Here's the driveway.
There it is. I was there.
There's Joe. Look at these fucking cars in the background.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one car. Is that a station wagon? Or is it just like
I think they're just like you know, Cadillacs or Buicks or something, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's my little trophies.
Got pegs and training wheels.
Yep.
Damn.
I gotta find the videos, man. I gotta find the fucking videos.
Yeah.
No, he has to find them. I don't know how you can lose something like that, but he's got to fucking find them.
Yeah.
He asked me what I wanted for Christmas. I'm like, did you find the fucking videos?
Fine.
Still about him.
Yeah. You guys should have went to the York Jam, man. You guys should have just loaded up and went there and hung out. Gala was there.
Thank you for the t-shirts.
Yeah.
I want to go. I definitely want to go one year.
Yeah.
Maybe this will be the year. Actually, I wanted to come up for a visit because my friend lives in PA.
Phoenixville.
Yeah.
Phoenixville.
And I was going to do like a double, you know, like maybe stay at his house overnight and then like come see you. I just got to figure out when. But I'm definitely
Phoenixville is literally, it's 10 minutes away from here. It's right there. So close.
Crazy. That's crazy.
There's a good pizza place there. There's a really good pizza place that's got like the brick oven pizza that my wife and I love. We go there. We don't go there that often, but maybe we'll go tomorrow. Who knows?
What'd you think of that? What'd you think of that Long Island pizza?
It was good. It was good. Yeah, the cheese
right?
on top so you don't burn your mouth.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
You ever gonna come back?
No, the traffic's horrendous. Maybe if I have a helicopter.
It all depends
on traffic, dude. That traffic. We left. It took us 7 hours to get home. We were driving, and it kept getting us off the highway. And
I honestly, because you guys were leaving earlier. You were leaving at like 3:00.
Yeah.
And then somehow you stayed later. You were doing that podcast with Joe.
Yeah. And, Warren got stuck downstairs with your brother banging out beats and whatever. But it didn't matter.
If you left at 3:00, you would have been fine. You
Well,
just left it. You
either
left
way,
at the worst possible motherfucking
it
time
was. I was
ever.
just like, dude,
It's not
Long
like that
Island.
it's all the time. You gotta time shit. I should have said something, but I wasn't even thinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was just like, oh, they're here past their time
yeah.
they were gonna stay anyway. I'm not gonna say don't go home, you know.
It
But
was no big deal. I'm just never going to Long Island again.
no,
I'm sorry.
you gotta come back, man. Come on, that's what I'm saying. You gotta come back.
Oh, the traffic. The traffic.
Listen, it depends
Oh
on
my
like on a
god.
weekday, you'd fly. It would be nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A Saturday going towards the city, fuck, man.
Yeah. We need
um,
COVID to hit again. When COVID hit, there's nobody
dude,
on the road.
we were
We need
just
a
my
little
wife and I were
COVID.
just talking about the other day. I was like, that was like the best time of my life.
Well, that's like my wife and I. We didn't get really affected by it. We got lucky. She
Right.
works from home. I still had to work because my job's considered manufacturing. We had to make COVID signs and all this stuff. So I mean, like, I would be driving, and it was like, and there'd be nobody on the road. When I live right near Valley Forge Park, and Valley Forge Park is always packed with people. And when the first week when they're like COVID hit and they're like don't even go outside, I was like, well, I can go ride my bike. It's no big deal. And I rode my bike from my house to Valley Forge Park, around Valley Forge Park, and back. I did not see one person. It
Yeah.
was like one of those movies. It was
Yeah.
like that Will Smith movie, the I Am
Yeah.
Legend
I
or
am legend.
Hero, or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
There was nobody. Like
Yeah.
there wasn't even a car. There wasn't even a parked car. Everybody was home,
Right. So
and I didn't see one other person.
right. It's crazy, man. Like
Crazy.
I could have literally so you've seen the traffic here, New York City. There was nobody there
Yeah,
either. It was fucking
yeah,
desolate, dude. Like I could have
yeah,
literally, I went out like in my car and I would just like you can just swerve on the expressway.
yeah,
Like go in and out of lanes,
yeah,
like there was nobody around. And it was honestly one of the most breathtaking moments of my life.
yeah.
It was the
That's
best thing
crazy.
ever. I mean, and then what? I would go home. My wife's home. She's working from home, so we were still getting paid. We weren't, you
Yeah,
know. Listen, I'm not. Not everyone had a great time during COVID. Some people had a really hard
right.
time. But I'm just telling you my experience, and I had a fucking
Yeah,
blast. You know,
yeah,
she was working from home. Uh, I was able to do what I do at home in the garage. You know, which lasted for a little bit, but you know, I'm back here now. So I didn't have to leave if I didn't want to. You know, you got fucking
yeah,
Instacart and DoorDash, and we would sit inside and watch movies and fucking do whatever we wanted to do.
yeah,
And I think that's what life should be, honestly. It's not at all, you know, it's like just a bunch of running around and fucking dealing with a bunch of
yeah,
shit you don't want to deal with. The government was paying us. They were giving us
yeah,
checks left and right every time I open the
yeah,
mailbox. Oh, fucking new check. This is
yeah.
fucking phenomenal. Let's
What am
keep
I
this
gonna do with
going.
$1,300? Jesus
Yeah.
Christ! What are
Yeah.
we gonna do with this?
It's well, it's not a lot of money, but the point is you're not even doing anything. You're just sitting at home
Yeah.
and you're just getting money. And it's like,
Well, that's the other thing I was thinking. I was like, if my wife and I weren't working and not getting paid, those checks wouldn't have done shit. And then the people that were working
yeah,
were still getting them, like us.
right.
So it made no
Right.
sense.
It didn't make any sense. And
It's like,
yes, and like I said before, people were struggling during that time. And I don't mean to make light of
yeah,
it really, because everyone's
right,
situation is different. But yeah, like we were both working and we were both getting checks legally,
yeah,
you know, and it's like, what the fuck? It's crazy.
yeah.
Um, but I'll take another round. Let's do another round, you know,
Another round of COVID, man. I mean, what? It's
another
only
round.
what? Only a million people died. It'll be fine.
They gotta change the
We can
name,
make a million.
you know.
Yeah, change
COVID's like everyone's like, oh, COVID, whatever. It's like so normal now. You
changes
gotta
to change it to the vape virus.
the vape
The vape
virus.
yeah, the vape virus.
Yeah. Started in a little
Oh,
barbershop in
yeah.
in New York.
Oh man.
um what's this deal with Eddie Fiola? You got something going on with him?
Yeah.
Can you
Yeah,
talk about it?
we had a yeah, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yes. So we were at the Hall of Fame, with the world famous Eddie Fiola.
Yes.
And Eddie Fiola, was sitting at a table while we were eating breakfast one morning. He was sitting at like the next table over. And our table, of course, always had like the cool people. We were very loud, telling stories. Everybody's laughing. So everybody in the restaurant's kind of like always looking over at us, like, hey, what's going on? We're just telling stories and having a good time. So I'm sitting next to my good buddy, Joe Sisman, and we're yucking it up. And Eddie comes walking over and he goes, hey guys, I have an idea. I'm listening to what's going on here. You guys ought to like video this and do like a podcast of telling stories about BMX. I think it'd be a great idea, and I think people would want to watch it.
Mm.
And he walked away. And then we realized Eddie Fiola just sold us on the show that we had been doing for 2 years. The show that we do to Factor Freestyle, and he had been on it. He had been on it twice. So Joe, being the ball buster he is, immediately changed the name of the show to Eddie Fiola's Factor Freestyle.
No way.
And he sold the show to Eddie and his investors. So we now work for Eddie. Yeah, we now work for Eddie. Eddie Fiola is our boss, and he owns the show, and we can't even get him on the show because the show is now his idea.
Wow,
it was his idea. Eddie Fiola.
That's brilliant.
Freestyle. Yeah.
That's really funny, man. So this isn't like. Go ahead.
So Joe, I guess we don't even know. Like, so the show got sold to Eddie and his business partners. I don't know how they would really buy it, but Joe technically says they bought it. Like they literally like didn't pay any money for it. It's part of the joke. So Eddie now owns Factor Freestyle. And and Joe has big plans. Joe has big plans for Factor Freestyle. Now that Eddie's on board, because he's a famous movie stunt actor guy from Rad and King of the Skate Park. So he's gonna pave the way for our success. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I paved the way for your success.
Oh, of course. Yeah, without doubt.
I mean, come on, the Liberty Bell.
Yep. And like, I mean, and the success is spectacular. I can come home on a Friday night, 4:00, lock the door, and I don't have to go back out until Monday at 7:15 when I take Elliot to school. That's success, dude. I owe it all to you. I owe it all to
you. Sometimes these things take years, decades.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Right,
that's okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna live
look
till.
Look at George Gallo. He's still trying to make it. George Gallo.
Yeah, George is a funny character, man.
George has been at it since 1985, and he's still waiting for that break. Like, I mean, Rodney Dangerfield didn't get his first break till 56 years old. So maybe that's maybe when George hits 56.
Yeah.
The doors are going to open.
It's called a sleeper. It's something that just, sits there for a while, and then eventually it becomes something, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm just taking my time. This is casual, casual fun. Yeah. I'm taking my time. And if anything comes out of it, it doesn't. I don't give a fuck. I really don't.
Wait, I think I hear people knocking.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's just the pipes. Never mind.
You never know.
You need Eddie Fiola. You need a consulting session with Eddie Fiola.
Eddie Fiola's Hell Fucking Yeah.
He might be like, hey, Mike, you know what? You ought to do a thing where you get like some like art people and some musicians and actors and just call it Hell Fucking Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And just have a podcast.
It's a fucking great idea.
Stream online, and then it can be maybe. You know what you should do? Can you change the name? Change the name to Eddie Fiola's Hell Fucking Yeah, and see what happens.
You know what?
Why not? What could it hurt?
I'll at
Put
least
it,
change the name of this episode. Like I'll put it in the episode. Yeah, yeah.
Eddie, yeah,
And why
Eddie,
not?
Joe would pee his pants. Joe Sisman would pee his pants if I said, "All right, here it is. It's Eddie Fiola's Hell Fucking Yeah with Large Ray."
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do it. I'm definitely gonna do it.
Oh, that's awesome. That'd be so funny.
Shit, man. I can even go even further and just like
go further.
You got a
Always go
picture?
further.
You got a picture of Eddie?
There's a picture of me and Eddie. You just had it, me and him.
Oh yeah. All right. I'm gonna cook something up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cook something up. I'll change the cover.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit, that's fucking awesome. So yeah, there's no, contractual obligation for you or anything. Like you can be here. You're a free agent.
I would never. I don't think anybody wants me under contract. There's no need. There's no need to put me. There's no you don't. There's no need to have me under there. I'm not offering anything that needs to be contractualized, if that's a word. You know what I mean?
Well, you were saying that Eddie bought it, so that would be that would actually be like a.
I don't think Eddie took any money out of his pocket to buy Eddie Fiola's Factor Free stuff. We like to pretend he did, which makes it really funny.
Yeah.
But
that's great.
Maybe
man.
he did. I'll find out. If Eddie's because Eddie has investors. So
well, this was fun, man. Got a little insight into the Hall of Fame, Matt's garage, Eddie Fiola.
Eddie Fiola. So this is Eddie Fiola. Joe is gonna pee his pants when he sees this is Eddie Fiola's Hell Fucking Yeah podcast.
Yeah.
Joe will sell this episode to Eddie Fiola. You'll see.
Oh, dude,
he'll have all the paperwork and everything. Joe will send it. He will send and sell this to Eddie Fiola.
Dude, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
I don't expect any money, but that'd be amazing.
Well, he might get you a watermelon strawberry vape cartridge. That's good enough.
Good enough. Slice of pizza. I'm easy. I'm easy.
Yeah, you are.
Low maintenance.
Low maintenance. At least 14 people will watch this.
Yeah. At least. All
right.
Dude, I'm so excited it worked. No fucking problems. That's good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Fucking dude, bullshit last time, man. Don't tell me I can't use my fucking shit.
The anger's coming out already. The anger's coming out.
I pay for this too. I pay for this Zoom thing.
Pay for everything, I know.
Well, my phone is fucking going crazy, man. Leave me alone.
Who needs to contact you right now? Come on.
So many people, all the time. All right, Ray.
All right.
I'm gonna let you know when I'm coming up, and you got to come back. You got to come back here.
Maybe.
You can jump out of the plane over the island.
I'm not jumping out of anything.
Land right in the driveway.
Mat Hoffman and I are gonna jump tandem onto the Indian reservation. Okay.
Pick me up a carton while you're there.
Yeah, a carton. All right. Love, peace, and chicken grease. I'll see you next time.
Ray, I love you, man. Peace.
I love you. Peace out.
Later.
Yes, sir. What's up, buddy?
Here we go.
Yeah, what are you gonna make? What are you gonna do with it? Are you just gonna make it to like eat it? Yeah, okay. You know how to do it? All right. My 12-year-old's making pasta. That's my favorite one right there. Me and you. Just when I didn't think I could look any worse, we wound up looking worse. There I am. That's see my profile picture?
Yes.
So I'm a
Saddam Hussein, dude.
Astronaut. Yeah, I'm a NASA astronaut, and I went to Harvard. And I live about 2 miles from Lockheed Martin, like Space Center, like where they build the missiles and shit. I get invited to all the talks. Like I get invited to everything because it has me down as an astronaut.
Dude.
And I get invited to Harvard stuff, and I get invited to all the NASA stuff. That photo was when I went to a 25th high school reunion, and nobody had seen me with a beard. And somebody said that I looked like that I looked like I was like a Saddam Hussein type dude. Like they were like,
Yeah,
dude, look at that beard.
you look
So I
exactly like
got
him,
a
actually.
yeah, so I got a there was a big tablecloth and I took the tablecloth off the table and I wrapped it around my head
Yeah.
and the dude that was next to me was like, dude, did you do that before? And I'm like, no, what do you mean? He goes, don't touch it. It looks perfect. So then I walked around the high school reunion like that. And nobody would talk to me.
Yeah.
One guy asked for a ride to
I
the airport. That was it.
yeah.
But no,